Hello, here are some tips for all region uploads. Hi, so the first thing that you need to make sure that you do is you need to have the audition accompaniment track easily accessible to all of your students. Here's how I'm doing mine. Hey, so I have made a Google website that we use for our choir program, and I put a button here, all region tryout link, and I am putting the audio clips down on this page for our students. So I have a fake tryout clip right now, but on the day of, these will be real. I'll have one for soprano alto and one for tenor bass so that they have their different gendered voice piece to sing on the audition. Another method for this, if you don't want to go through the trouble of creating a website, if you've not already created one, would be to put it on Google Classroom. So I would put this as an assignment or an announcement. Our region audition. This one is fake. So I want to add the file. I would have had to save that to my Google Drive and then share it from there. Insert post. Students will be able to see that, click on it, and then listen to the audio. So if you don't want to do that method, you can find another one that works for you. We have two methods. The first one is with 2 devices, and the second method is with 1 device. So the 2-device method will be they need to have a phone to record themselves and a computer to play the audio from. So there are a couple different recording apps that you can use. If you have an iPhone, there's already a voice memo app built in the phone. If you use Android, there is Google Recorder and then Free Voice Record, something like that, that are both good quality. There's also a way to record on your Chromebook, and I can show you that in another video. The physical setup for this, you need to have ample space for your recording device, your audio device, and your music. So if you're trying to hold it all, students not going to be successful if their hands are full. So a live room like I'm in right now in the choir room is not great for these auditions because it has a little bit of echo. We would prefer if students could record in more of a dead space. That might be a bedroom, a closet, a uniform storage closet or something like that at your school. They need to have appropriate spacing between themselves as a singer, the recording device, and the device playing the audio. And this might be different for each student. They might need to be, one kid might need to have it holding up by their face if they sing pretty quietly. Myself, I'm going to put it down because I don't sing quiet, so I want the phone to be able to pick up the audio from the computer. The recording needs to be one continuous recording with no editing, no speaking from the student, and no extraneous background noises. As you might be able to hear my jazz band out in their room. So we don't want any extra sound like that for the auditions. When you are done with the recording, when the student's done, if you're helping them or if you're not, you need to tell them to check the balance. Make sure that you can hear the accompaniment and the voice. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to both be audible so that when we're judging, the student has their best chance to succeed. After students record and check the balance, they will need to upload their recording to you, the teacher, and then you will need to upload all of the recordings to opusevents.com. For our 2-device method, students will need to have their phone, the device that they're recording from. They need to press record before they press play on the other device. So record, play. I got a song, yes, I got a song. They can't sing, God gave me a song. will sing in language of the heart. Ascribe to the Lord, almighty ones. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. End recording. Awesome. They need to save it with whatever file type you want them to save it as and whatever file name you want them to save it as before they send it to you. But for the student, this should be near the end of their involvement. They need to upload this to you, and I'll show you how I'm going to have my students do that as well. Don't forget to have your students check the audio, or you can check it for them. So I'm going to go ahead and listen to mine. Play. I got a song. Yeah, so I can hear myself and I can hear the music, so we're set to go. If you and your students only have one device to use for your all-region auditions, you need to use Flipgrid. So Flipgrid records videos. They don't do audio only. So the way we're going to solve that is we're going to use Flipgrid to record video, and then we're going to use an online audio converter or video to audio converter, and I'll walk you through that. So the first thing you need to do is go to flipgrid.com. If you're using a phone for this, it functions very much in the same way. You're just on a phone instead of a computer. So transfer this knowledge. You're going to create a group. So all region 2020. I'm going to ask you what the format of the emails for whoever you want in this group. So my district is bentonvillek12.org. I'm going to add that. And skip topics for now. Go to your group. And in your group now, you need to create a topic. So the topic is going to be all region auditions. You can, in the text box, say anything you want to your students. You can give them tips. You can tell them what measure numbers to audition on, whatever you need to right there. Recording time shouldn't be any more than 2.5 minutes for most regions. I would go ahead and set it to 5. It's not going to make the file any larger. It's just going to cap it at 5. Topic moderation, if you leave this off, your students will be able to see each other's videos. If you turn it on, they will not be able to see each other's videos. That's usually what I prefer. You can make that call for yourself. And you don't have to add any media to what we're doing right now. Do go to more options. So topic attachments. Here's where we're going to have our accompaniment track. So I'm going to put a link to that right here, and I'm going to go to my Google Drive, find the tryout link, or get the link to the tryout file. Make sure that it is set where anyone with the link can view. Sometimes it's set to restricted by default, so you'll need to change that. Copy your link and go back and paste that in Flipgrid. I'm going to name that accompaniment track. Nothing else is important. So go ahead and create topic. Oh, something is important. I have what? You have to type something. You can't just type nothing. We both just learned. So create your topic, and you are all set to start. So this accompaniment track, it looks like it's attached as a Google Doc. So that's not actually the case. If you click that, it'll pull it up in a new tab. If you click that on an iPhone, it'll either try to pull up your voice memos or another app, so you can play it however you'd like. Your student needs to press record before they press play. So you're going to hit record. Wants you to test your audio and video sometimes when you do this. So you're going to hit record, do your tryout. Anyway, you get the point. They'll stop. At the end of it, stop the recording, hit next. This is what I was talking about. You can listen to the video. That's where you're going to check for your balance between your voice and the accompaniment. It should be pretty good. It's going to ask you to take a picture. Doesn't matter because we're about to rip the audio out. So save that. You want to put the student's full name. The link, I'm going to go ahead and just put the student's full name and title. I'm putting student's full name. Okay, link, I'm not doing anything. So we have a video now. At this point, your student will be able to download their video and rip the audio from it. If they don't do it, you're going to have to do it for them. And you may not want to do this for all of the students you have auditioning. So they're going to download their video, download, saving it in my downloads folder. I'm going to go to online-audio-converter.com. You're not going to click on the ads that pop up here. Those are trying to trick you. Do not hit continue, do not hit start. You're going to hit this blue open files button. It's going to pull up something, upload the video that you've just downloaded. And you can select what type of audio file. Just leave it as an MP3, that is fine. You can change the quality of it. Standard should work just fine, but why not go for best if you want to. I don't know what track info to edit. You could put the student's name and their voice part, because you're going to download this audio file onto your computer and you're going to want to know what it is. So you need to change the title of it. Convert. And it's ready to go. So you're going to hit this download button, and I've got an audio recording now that used to be a video. Hello, so now is when the student is going to upload their audio audition recording to you. I'm doing this with a Google form. You can set a Google form to take a file. So, but before we do this, I just noticed that even though I took the effort to save that file from the last method as Blaine Hill, it did not save as Blaine Hill. It saved as a long string of letters and numbers. So when your students convert their video to audio, if that's the method you use, they'll need to go find that file that they saved and rename the file, put that file into Google Drive. Then when you get to this form to take up all of their recordings, they'll be able to pull something from their drive. So they're going to fill this out. Blaine Hill, tenor 1. I gave them a little tip here about how to record. Don't shrink your voice, check for balance. And then your student will upload the recording they made here. Make sure that it has the correct file name. So like if I pull mine in to Google Drive or pull it in from the computer, doesn't have a good file type, that's not going to ruin my day because I'm only making a how-to video. For you, you'll need to know which student this is and what their voice part is so that you know you're accurately uploading it to Opus events for the right kid. Save that, upload it. Then Google will automatically make a folder for you for the file uploads that you have. So I've done this once before with a different file name, and then just now you can see that file name that I made incorrectly. You're not going to want to rename it once you get here because you will not know which student uploaded this into the form. I can only do this because I'm the only person who has access to this right now. So it should look like name, voice part, or however you want your students to do this. A lot of this is up to the individual director. At this point, you'll have a slew of audio files here. You'll know who they belong to and what voice part they are, and you can download those to your computer and upload those into Opus events the way that Chris or Cassandra has shown in one of their videos.